Some actors bring enthusiasm, nuance, and depth to their roles. Michelle Rodriguez has a tank top, a scowl, and a contract that ensures she never has to emote beyond mildly annoyed. From Girl Fight to Fast X, Rodriguez has built a career on playing the same character in different settings. The tough-as-nails woman who can throw a punch, ride a motorcycle, and glare men into submission. She's not so much an actress as she is a brand, one that promises grit, attitude, and a complete refusal to smile unless it's in the face of danger. In The Fast and the Furious, Rodriguez introduced us to Letty Ortiz, a character who was initially written as a passive girlfriend. Rodriguez wasn't having it. She fought to make Letty a more active participant in the action, insisting on scenes where Letty gets into fights herself. It's commendable that she pushed for a stronger female character, but the result was a character who, over the course of 10 films, has died, come back to life, lost her memory, regained it, and somehow remained perpetually pissed off. Rodriguez delivers her lines with the enthusiasm of someone reading a parking ticket. In Fast and Furious 6, Letty confronts Dom with the line,
"But it feels like home."
It's supposed to be a heartfelt moment, but Rodriguez delivers it with the emotional depth of a Siri voice prompt. In Furious 7, when Dom is injured, Letty whispers,
"I remember everything."
It's a line that should be dripping with emotion, but Rodriguez says it like she's reminding him to pick up eggs on the way home. Letty's entire character arc in the Fast saga is built around two things: punching people and being in love with Vin Diesel's mumblecore masculinity. In Fast X, Letty and Charlize Theron are locked in a sci-fi prison fight straight out of Mortal Kombat, but instead of dramatic tension or stakes, we get Michelle growling,
"You gotta hit me harder for that."
with all the conviction of a gym trainer who just found out you skipped leg day. It's like watching a GPS try to express grief. But outside of Fast and Furious, Rodriguez has made a career out of playing variations of Letty in different uniforms. In Resident Evil, she plays Rain Ocampo, a military operative whose main personality traits are being angry, holding a gun, and refusing to die on time. She spends most of the film looking like she's trying to fight the virus through sheer attitude. Even after she's infected and clearly not doing well, she's still acting like the T-virus is just another dude she plans to uppercut. Her lines include,
"I'm not dead yet."
which should have been her official tagline for every film after this. Watching her stagger around post-infection is like watching Letty fight off a hangover in the middle of a zombie outbreak. In SWAT, she plays Officer Chris Sanchez, the only woman in a group of elite cops, because of course she is. She has the same ponytail, the same glare, and the same, I don't have time for this, energy. You could replace her gun with a steering wheel and drop her into Fast 5 and no one would notice. She spends the movie firing off rounds and one-liners like she's allergic to calm conversations. Her idea of character development is wearing a bulletproof vest with slightly more Velcro. Then there's Battle Los Angeles, where she plays a hardened Marine fighting aliens in a movie that somehow manages to be loud, chaotic, and completely forgettable all at once. Michelle plays it like she's in a sci-fi Call of Duty cutscene that just won't end. Her character exists to bark military jargon and look pissed off while CGI aliens explode in the background. By the end, you forget her name, but you remember the scowl, because it's the only thing carrying emotional weight. She somehow ended up in Avatar, James Cameron's billion-dollar jungle rave, playing the one human character who still acts like she's commuting through the Bronx. It's a planet full of flying lizards, psychic trees, and glowing Smurf cats. And Michelle still shows up acting like she's 5 seconds away from flipping a table at a diner. Her character, Trudy Chacon, is a helicopter pilot who eventually switches sides and sacrifices herself. You'd think a heroic death in a cinematic epic might unlock some new emotion like fear, hope, literally anything. But nope. She goes down with the same tone she uses to ask someone to move out of her favorite parking space. In Machete and Machete Kills, she plays Luce, a revolutionary leader who runs a taco truck by day and leads an underground militia by night. It's pure grindhouse nonsense, and Michelle delivers her lines like she's mad the movie is wasting her time. One moment she's handing out tacos, the next she's in a gunfight wearing an eye patch and a leather vest like it's G.I. Joe the After Party. She says things like,
"I'll deport their asses myself."
with the same intensity as someone reciting their Starbucks order. It's camp, it's chaos, and she still underacts like she's doing jury duty. Then there's The Assignment, a film that feels like it was written on a dare. Rodriguez plays a hitman named Frank, who is forced to undergo gender reassignment surgery by a rogue doctor played by Sigourney Weaver. Yes, that is the actual plot. It's offensive, tone-deaf, and bizarre, but Michelle treats the entire thing like someone just changed her haircut without asking. She wakes up in a new body and reacts like she found out her phone charger is missing. The whole performance feels like Letty Ortiz wandered into a David Cronenberg fever dream and refused to leave. In Widows, she plays Linda, a grieving wife who is forced into crime after her husband dies in a heist gone wrong. It's a serious film with powerhouse acting, and Viola Davis is in full monologue mode. Daniel Kaluuya is terrifying. Meanwhile, Michelle is there looking like she's wondering when the next explosion is coming. Even in a dramatic scene where she breaks down emotionally, she somehow manages to look slightly annoyed. Watching Michelle try to emote next to Viola Davis is like watching someone do karaoke next to Beyoncé. Even in animation, she brings the same energy. In Turbo, she growls every line like she's about to punch a carburetor. It's a cartoon about a racing snail, and Michelle still finds a way to act like it's a gritty war drama. In Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, Rodriguez plays Holga, a barbarian warrior in a fantasy world filled with dragons, magic, and jokes. It's the kind of movie that actually lets its characters have fun. But Michelle approaches it like she's still trying to avenge a family member. Her comedic timing is like a blunt axe, technically effective, but mostly loud and painful. She stares, she grunts, and occasionally she throws a guy across a room. It's Letty, but with fur. And then there's her blink-and-you-miss-it role in Alita: Battle Angel, where she plays Gelda, a cybernetic warrior from Alita's past. She shows up in a flashback, stares dramatically into the middle distance, and disappears. Which, honestly, is perfect. It's the most emotionally resonant Michelle Rodriguez role yet, there for a second, underdeveloped, and gone before you know it. So, does Michelle Rodriguez have range? Not really. But she has a niche, and she fills it better than anyone else. She's the go-to actress for roles that require physicality over emotionality, toughness over tenderness, scowls over smiles. She's not here to make you feel, she's here to make you flinch. And in a Hollywood landscape filled with actors trying to showcase their versatility, there's something oddly refreshing about Rodriguez's unwavering commitment to her brand. She's not an actress. She's an archetype. And she's not going anywhere.